Hello everyone. Today we shall see how to use the dial gauge, which is a custom visual. To add it, you could click on get more visuals over here and you could add it. Here I have added the dial gauge. Let us see how dial gauge works. Before showing you how dial gauge works, I'll show the sample data. This is a sample data which we have in the download sample of the application. Suppose that these are my city names and these are my minimum sales which has to be occurred, or this is the maximum, and this is the last year starting sales, or this is the last year ending sales, and this is the current year starting values, and this is current year ending values, and this is the current values which has to be seen in the dial gauge, and these are the percentage differences according to the provided values. See, we have understood these values, so these are the necessary fields which we require to use the dial gauge. Let us go to report. Here in the dial gauge, in the the first field is chart name. Let us take the chart city names in the chart name. Here you could see that now my city names are appearing. To showcase the multiple values, I'll take a slicer. Okay, to see based on the city name, I'll drag the city name and I'll increase the font size. Okay, and as you could see, now I'll click on the chart. The second value is minimum value. Here I have my minimum field. I'll drag it to minimum. Here you could see the minimum values which are appearing. I'll show you how to format it. These are the maximum fields which I have. Target start. Suppose that my target is like last year starting values, and my target ending values are based on the last year ending values, and actual start of this year, let us suppose that this is like current year start, and for actual end, let us suppose that this is our current year end, and the pointer value is the current value which we have, the current values. Here you could see the differences, how they are appearing. You could understand the color thing when I turn on the legends. Let me turn on the legends. uh, Here you could see when I turn in the legends, the yellow part is the target part, and the red part is the actual part, and the green part is the maximum value. If you hover over it, you could understand the target start and end in that in my tooltip. Okay, you could drag the other fields also. So in order to you understand these fields, you must have the minimum required things, or else and also the percentage field. We have a percentage field in this. So if I drag it, you could see that percentage is represented in the below, like here under in the percentage format. We could little format this. Now try to understand. Here the target values, the starting values are not much relevant. Suppose that I remove my target start values, you could notice that no much difference would occur. Suppose that I am removing the actual start also, you could see that my original values remain the same. Suppose that I click over Delhi, you could see that, and if I click on Mumbai, you could see the values. I'll show you how to format it, and let us explore some formatting fields. This is the font size, chart name font size. Suppose that we have a chart, this chart name is Mumbai. If we increase the size, you could see that there is increase in chart name. Minimum maximum font size is like you could see the values changing, the size of values changing. Okay, current value font size, this is our current value. If I increase that, you could see that there is increase in the size. Percentage font size, this is my percentage. I could increase the font size of it or decrease it. Okay, so this is with respect to the font size section. In the custom colors, I could you know uh, prioritize my colors based upon the requirement of font the actual values, target values, needle. This is my center which is appearing in blue color. Okay, suppose that body, the empty space inside the dial gauge, it is the body. Suppose that I turn it into green color, you could see the green color which is appearing in the dial gauge, it is my body. And suppose that I am turning my rim, this is my outer rim with like, uh, if I turn it into black, you could see that my rim has turned to black. This is, I'll keep it gray and I'll keep it white in order to keep it simple. And let us see the other section of format. This is my format. I can toggle on, and once I toggle on, you could see that my format has changed. And you could decide the precision of it. Precision, you could reduce it to like 0 decimal. Leading values, suppose that I want to like mention the leading values of like 2 zeros. Here you could see the leading values. Suppose that I want the trial values to be mentioned. These are my trial values. So here we don't require that leading and like trial values. Those are required for values which are very like minor values. And here the percentage format, suppose that we don't want this percentage to be represented, we can turn it off, or we can turn it on. We can reduce the precision of it. This is the percentage values which is formatted. This target actual maximum values, I can reverse it actually. You could see now my target actual values are reversed from right to left. Okay, you could again reverse. I'll keep this normal since many like we majorly look from left to right. So this is a reverse option which is available. Now shadow, if I turn it on, you could see that there is a slight shadow over my rim actually. There is little dark background, so you could turn on the shadow or turn off the shadow. And suppose that these are my legends, I could turn it off or turn it on. Currently I'll turn it on to understand better. This is my chart name. I could even disclose the chart or not disclose the chart name. Let us keep it to understand. And here the current value, here you could see that the current value toggle, this is my current value. If you turn it off, this the current value has disappeared. So these are few formatting settings and for the dial gauge. And here my title name, it is like taking the by default title. I'll go to general, click on title. Here you could see the default title. I could remove that. I could give a name or like sales performance. Okay, so here you could little format it, make it bold, make it black. You could center align it, you could increase the size. Okay, so you could even give a background color like gray. So this is how dial gauge is formatted. uh, Let us see, suppose that we don't have these fields. Suppose that we don't have these fields, and we have some static numerical like values. I could mix these kind of measures which are like shown. And this is my actual ending sales, this is my actual starting sales. Similar to the fields required, I could mention those values. I'll take a new page and I'll show you how to use the dial gauge using the measure values. All it is similar. All I would use is just the suppose that I use this name sales. I'll click on it. You could see that my chart name is updated. Even this is a measure. You could just write a simple measure of string, or you could say like categorical name. Here in the minimum, I have my minimum measure. I'll drag my minimum measure to minimum value. Here I have maximum value, or here I have my target start. I'll click on target start, and here is my target ending values. You could say I am clicking in order wise so that it takes appropriately. This is my actual start value, and this is my actual ending value. and my pointer value is my current value, and percentage value here I have some percentage. I'll As soon as I click it, you could see that my percentage value has appeared. This is like using measures, and these are using fields, and dial gauge, like it really helps in showing the current value with respect to the minimum, maximum, and the target values all at the same time. All you need is to uh, figure out the appropriate fields along with the correct values. So this is how dial gauge works. Thank you for watching, and we shall meet in the next video.